I'm going to show you everything in the 1.17 snapshot, which is the first one for Java Edition. Starting it off, we have copper. This is what the copper ore looks like. It spawns a little less frequently than iron ore does, and you can mine it. Oh, I'm in creative. But what I was saying is you can mine it with a stone pickaxe to get the ore. And just like anything else, you put it in the furnace and it smelts into copper ingot. You turn the copper ingot for 9 of them will give you the copper block. I'll go back into creative to show you that. Yeah, we have the copper block, and over time, when you leave it out and stuff, it'll turn into this lightly weathered copper block. And then after that, it goes into semi-weathered copper block and then weathered copper block. To get from copper to weathered copper block, it can take up to 80 hours in real life, so it's pretty valuable overall. And that goes the same for the cut copper, the cut copper stairs, and the cut copper slab. To keep it at a particular stage, let's say you wanted your build to be fresh, so you wanted copper. If you take one piece of honeycomb and combine it with your copper block in the crafting table, it'll give you waxed copper, along with waxed, lightly weathered copper block and the others. And it looks the exact same, as you can see, but it will not change state. If you take 3 copper ingots and put them in a line, you'll get the lightning rod, which looks like this. You place it somewhere in your base, and it'll protect, I think, a 14 block radius in all directions from lightning strikes, and it won't light anything on fire. And also, if it gets struck, it'll produce a redstone signal. I'll simulate that by summoning a lightning bolt. There you go. You see the light turned on. You can build some pretty neat things with that. Now moving on to the crystals, the amethyst. We have 4 different stages of crystal growth. We have the small amethyst bud, medium, large, and the amethyst cluster. You can only mine the amethyst cluster to get amethyst shard. I'll go into survival. I just want to test something. Nope, you can't break it with your fist, so I'm guessing I'll just test it with the stone. I'm gonna say it takes iron to break it. I'll just use diamond for this example. Once you break it, you'll get, this time we got 4. I'll throw those out. And you can use a Fortune 3 pickaxe, or 2 or 1, but with Fortune 3, that time I also got 4. That was unlucky. I'll try this one. That time I also got 4. After some more mining, I'll throw those out. I just got unlucky quite a few times in a row. But if you break it, I have 0 in my inventory. That time I got 8. That was double the last time. Anyway, you get the point. You can use Fortune to get more, which I would recommend. The next thing is that there's 2 different kinds of blocks. This is the block of amethyst, which is a good looking block. And this is called, I think, budding amethyst block. I'll go into creative and test that out. Yeah, it's called budding amethyst, and amethyst will grow on this block, which you cannot break in survival, just like a mob spawner. What you can do once you have your amethyst shards, like right here, we can build a spyglass, craft it, which requires 2 copper ingots and 1 amethyst shard in a line like this. And you can use it like a spyglass. You aim and it zooms in quite a bit. Unlike Optifine, it doesn't drift around, which is kind of nice. And I don't know if this will change, but if you press F11, it'll have the full screen zoom. It'll remove the overlay, which is pretty helpful. Put that back. The next thing that we have is tinted glass. It doesn't let light in, but you can see through it still. Demonstrated with these lights here. can see this is normal black stained glass, and this is the tinted glass. I'll break this one. You can see light does come in. I'll go back into survival, show you the crafting. If you place in your glass in the center and 4 amethyst shards around it, you get 2 tinted glass, which you can place wherever like normal glass. One difference is you can break it with your fist like that, which is pretty cool. You can see in there's a considerable amount less light, which will be pretty cool to see what people can build with that. I'll show you the amethyst geode, which is a structure spawning underground. It can spawn in caves and anywhere. It's this spherical ball thing. Oh, don't mind that. That spawns amethyst budding block things, and you can walk around in here and harvest the blocks. And one thing that I should note, is right on the right near the outside we have calcite and tuff. I haven't seen any specific crafting recipes with them, but they can be used in some places. They surround the geode, and they spawn quite frequently, which is, I think, something they should change. I think they should be more rare. Moving on to candles, there's 1 candle for each color of dye, and there's also the generic candle. The crafting recipe for candles is 1 string and 1 honeycomb, like that. You get a candle, and to dye the candle, you just place the candle in there with red or any color dye, and you get the dyed candle, which you can place down anywhere. And you can stack up to 4 in 1 block, and each amount of them gives off a different amount of light, 1 being the least amount, 4 being the most, which is almost equivalent to a torch amount of light, which is pretty useful. You can light the candles with flint and steel by right-clicking on them, like that. One other cool thing is, I'll go into survival. You can place the candles on top of cakes, and they sit in the middle. You can only place 1. If you right-click, it'll light up like that. In this snapshot, there's a glitch with infinite candles if you keep right-clicking on it. I'm sure that'll get patched very soon. The next thing is the bundles, which are crafted from string in the 2 upper right corners, and then rabbit hide in the other places, like this. Pretty inexpensive, but it's pretty useful. I'll demonstrate it with these candles, which are different items, and you'd have to stack them in different places like this, which would be a waste. To use the bundle, you can pick it up and right-click on top of the items to pick them up. To get them out, you simply right-click it again. You can also grab items and right-click them in like that. You can place bundles in shulker boxes, but you can't place shulker boxes in bundles, which kind of makes sense. That'd be overpowered. And that's it for the 1.17 snapshot for Java. I didn't see any updates to the generation of caves or mountains, and there are no goats, sadly, also. But they will be soon, and I will cover them probably. And with that, thank you for watching, and I hope that this will help you with your 1.17 experience or something along those lines. So, bye.